Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Midlands Rugby Podcast. Phil, how you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Wearing our new sponsorship, and
I know it's turned up in New Balance hoodies, both of us. It's
well,
quite a fashion statement. I think we're cool now. So,
I didn't realize this was cool, but
well, I was bought a lot of New Balance stuff not long ago from by Chloe and her family, and New Balance is as described to me by someone else as a cool dad vibe, which is great considering I've got no kids. You've got kids, you can be a cool dad. I've not
I've
got kids.
always been a cool dad.
I think I'm cool Uncle Tom. Oh, that sounds creepier than I intended it to. Phil, our league season is finished. How are you feeling?
Tired, yeah, pretty
Yeah,
tired. 22 games, some very good, some indifferent, some bad. That
yeah,
would be my review of our season. It's been a bit of a weird one for everyone. Litchfield and Hog Eaton ended up only playing 21
yeah.
because they never played each other. Um, yeah, it's just been a bit of a tough one at times for us, but we played some great rugby as well. And Saturday rounded off with a really good finish against Mellish. Um, yeah, we can't complain. It's another one
No.
ticked off.
Another season
Um,
done. How many seasons is that for you now of senior rugby?
uh, of what rugby? Sorry,
Senior
of
rugby.
senior rugby. So my first senior rugby season, I was 17, so it was going to be 17.
Jeez. It's a lot of
Yeah,
senior rugby, isn't it?
yeah, that is
And
a
it
lot.
was this a full season? It was, wasn't it? I don't remember you being injured or off any games.
I played every minute of every game this year.
Absolute hero. It's all right when you pick the team.
Yeah, well, no yellow cards either. That's
Oh, is that
quite
without any bins as well?
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah, no,
impressive.
no yellow cards. Yeah,
That is impressive. That is impressive. And you decided to tell me just before I click record, you didn't quite get top try scorer in the league as well. Was
no,
that by
no.
one?
Yeah, I think I got 14, and someone got 15, which I was a little bit
Yeah.
upset about really today.
And it shows how bitter you are because you've not even remembered the guy's name that scored 15
No, I
or
just
who
saw
he played
15.
for.
I saw 15, and I was like, "That's it, I'm done."
I am not interested in any more than that.
Congratulations to him. I'm guessing it's probably like a winger having an absolute
Yeah.
field day. But
Yeah, you'd expect so. So the league's done, but we're running into Pizza Cup.
yeah, can't wait. We're away at we're away at Matlock. We're in this
Yeah.
Northern Cup thing, but I say it's been well organised. We know that we're playing every week until we lose. Um,
Which is better than it was last year, and they all seem relatively drivable this year.
yeah, so what they've done quite wisely is sort of split the north into um, four sections by the looks of it. So
Mm.
we're in the East Midlands division, and then you play two games in your East Midlands division. If you get through that, we'll turn into a Midlands division, and if you get through that, it turns into a full Northern division. So yeah, it looks a bit more organised than it was last year. Less travel initially. Not that we did because we lost in the first round when we played at home last year, but we've done enough travelling last year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just see how we go. No pressure on the lads, just go out and enjoy it. And then we will spend some time recuperating, which I don't feel like we got last year.
No,
Um,
yeah, I was talking to someone about that today actually, about how it felt everything was really late and then it felt like we just kicked into pre-season pretty quickly.
yeah,
Um,
we only got 4 weeks off last year.
yeah, which then kind of I don't know what it is from a coaching point of view, but as a player's point of view, you never recover enough to then feel like you can get back to a decent fitness level again because you're not fully recovered before you hit the ground running again. So it'd be good
No,
to
I
have a
also
bit
think
of a
there's
rip.
an element of um, an appetite for it. You know,
Yeah,
if you have eight
yeah,
weeks off from rugby, you do start missing it. If
yeah.
you have 4 weeks off and you're still in agony for the first two, it's not quite the same.
Well, exactly. And because of the way this season's been broken up anyway, it feels like we had 4 weeks off. in a very
Yeah,
short
well,
period of time.
those last 6 games has taken 9 weeks.
Yeah, it felt very, very on off. It's been a
Yeah.
nightmare for planning, but there we go.
In fact, it might be 6 games in 10 weeks that we've had.
We were certainly on off, at least for
Yeah.
three occasions in a row. Um, but we've been to some places we've not been in a long time this year. We've also
Or
been to
places we've never been.
places we've never been. It's
Yeah.
been a bit of a nice mixture, actually, going up to the likes of Lichfield and Wolverhampton over to that side of the world. That's quite nice. And then obviously 1.5 miles down the road to Mellish on Saturday. We'll dwell on the one thing I love about Mellish in a bit because we're going to do our end of season awards, Phil. Not players
Oh,
because neither of us are top try scorers. I'm not at the top of most lists, to be fair. Um,
wait.
apart from no, not even weight now. That picture I put up of me, you and Kieran, I am definitely not top. Might be on a podium, but I'm not top at the minute.
What, only about 3 of us.
Out of three, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, I've got myself a silver medal. But we've come up with some categories about where we played the season. We've asked our loyal supporters, namely Gareth Kerr, interestingly, our mate Gaz from down at Bridgeford, giving in some answers, but also we've played at various rugby clubs in both of our careers. You've played a lot more than I have. I was a wank for most of mine, so I've not got to see many different ones. So we'll go straight in to our some of our first category, which I really should have got up before I started. I'm going to call it a link in the show. It's not really a link. It was
Best
pretty
changing
bad. Best changing rooms. Yes, best changing rooms. So, Phil, open us up in our league, which is Midlands
Regional 2.
Regional Two. Good remembering. I forgot that. Regional
Cool.
Two. Um, what are the best changing rooms you think we've had this year?
Um, there's been a few. I like Lichfield.
Oh, I liked
Um,
Litchfield.
very,
Spacious.
very spacious, very big, really unencumbered with bits in the room to get in the way. I thought they were probably the best we had this year. Special shout outs must go to Wolverhampton. I thought their change room was pretty good.
Wolverhampton was pretty good. Yeah, the thing I liked about Lichfield was it didn't feel like an because when you go somewhere, and I know we do it because it's just how our clubhouse is built, so it's not really anyone's fault, but you do get stuck in some right holes of changing rooms as the away team. Namely, I mean, Sutton Coldfield was a bad day for all of us when we were there, but that was a hard change room to be involved in. But they did have a CrossFit box next door, so for athletes like myself, that was quite an enticing feature of a change room. But I do remember Wolverhampton being quite good as well.
Wolverhampton were just nice, weren't they? They were just
Yeah,
well set up. Um, yeah, I
Long
think
Eat.
I mean ours aren't the best by a long way.
No,
Yeah,
even our
yeah,
home ones are the best yet. But I do
yeah.
think I thought this about Long Eatons because Long Eatons have had a bit of a makeover in the not so distant past, but they will have that kind of new college primary school feel to them for the first kind of or swimming pool feel for the first 1 or 2 months until the lads really ruin it with deep heat and mud. Um, but hopefully this time next year we can take the award for best change
Hopefully,
rooms.
yeah. Hopefully, I mean, very open plan at the moment, but soon it'll have a roof,
Very.
so that'll be nice.
I mean, yeah, the roof bit could be an issue. Um, I mean the showers as well, that's quite an issue. But I mean, you're gonna get electrocuted in cold and ice showers anyway. So why even bother with the roof?
Well, I've had people complain that you can't get electrocuted from our showers this year.
I know, well, it's because we only use half of them because the other half don't work. So we giving the award to Litchfield this year from our league.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, I like Litchfield. So congratulations, Litchfield. You played in some interesting places, Phil, but down at Lady Bay, can't remember if you played at Lady Bay. It was one of the
Yes.
well, you have at various points played at Lady Bay. But they are some difficult changing rooms to play to come out of, are they not?
Yeah, they're not the best. Um, they're old, very
They're
old.
old. Yeah.
Um, they aren't the best at all. Um, we used to use so there's like a men's side and a women's side for the hockey.
Yeah.
And initially, when we first moved there, we all used the men's side, obviously,
Yeah.
and then we
Because you
realised the women's was a lot better, so we all changed the
you all went
women's
that side
during the
instead.
day. Yeah.
How did they feel about that? Were they not? They weren't in
Well, there was no
attendance when they
women there
changed.
during the day, obviously.
Yeah, that's that. Oh, yeah, in the day, during the day, that's very true. Last time I played down at, or maybe it wasn't the last time. One of the last times I played down at Lady Bay in a final, a dead rat ended up in my kit bag, but that wasn't from the changing rooms. That's because one of our lads bought a dead rat, frozen rat, and hid it at the bottom of my rugby bag, which wasn't very nice. It's things like this is why I got the nickname Fat Fat Smelly Tom. It wasn't because I was necessarily that smelly, but when your bag's been infested by dead rats for 2 hours, it's
You're
going
going
to
to
cause
smell.
this thing. You're going to smell.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not my
I mean,
fault.
the fat was not the rat's fault. Let's be honest.
That wasn't the rat's fault. To be fair, the rat might have died because I ate his food, and he starved to death. What- What's the nicest change room you played in?
I've played in some good ones. I've been lucky to play in some good ones. I've got to admit, I used to love the Notts County changing room. When we played at Notts, that was really
Yeah,
nice.
I can imagine they're
Um,
quite spacious. Football players like big
yeah,
changing
so like
rooms, don't they?
Ashton Gate,
For
the Memorial Ground, Newcastle Falcons is good. Um, yeah, any sort of football ground or high level club's always pretty good. The
what were
worst,
changing rooms like down in the southwest? Like the little,
Exeter wasn't bad
was it
because
not?
Sandy Park was quite new when I played
Yeah,
there,
true.
so they weren't bad. They were really low roofed in the away change rooms though.
Not great. How
Uh,
low roof? Like 6'2", 6'3"?
no, like 7 foot, but when you're trying to put your shirt on, you punch the ceiling quite a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, fair.
I've got the worst one. There's some real bad ones like Rotherham, just the smallest. Right, this bedroom is bigger than the Rotherham changing room.
Yeah, and I I have a lot of respect for Rotherham Rugby Club and their captain and their setup, but Rotherham's not the nicest place in the world. So does
It's
that
a bit,
reflect the changing room?
yeah, massively.
Yeah, fair.
Cornish Pirates, just horrible.
Wet, muddy all the time anyway down there. So
Yeah,
it's going to be
there's a
grim.
porta cabin out the back of the stand as well. It's just
Ooh,
grim.
lovely.
Yeah, no, there's been some good ones. There's been some bad ones. But you know, it's all about Lichfield today.
It's all about Lichfield today. Very closely linked, best facilities. So when I had this in mind, I was thinking pitch, side of the pitch, including the showers as well, of course.
Right. Uh, well, I I don't know what you've got. I would have said um, I really thought the Wolverhampton showers were good. No, sorry, that's not right. The Tamworth showers were very good.
Right,
Uh,
okay.
Small changing room, weird little changing room, weird clubhouse, but different, eclectic, some would say.
Eclectic.
But for me, uh, the best the best facilities for showers were Mellish on Saturday.
Well, this is what I wanted to get onto. How long did you spend in the bath at Mellish?
25 to 30 minutes.
Wow. I genuinely planned on not showering at Pavs to come and get in the
And
bath.
Chris,
The idea was floated with me by a few members of the team to come and get in the bath. And I wouldn't put it past myself to get in the bath. But we had some suggestions from some of the lads around the showers, didn't we? We had free sambuca in the showers at Long Eaton. The showers
yeah,
were
that's
crap. The
true.
showers were crap, but
The showers were awful as long as you had more than one on. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. If you had a shower on, you kind of managed to. But the free sambuca helped.
yeah, that was the instant president coming in there, wasn't it, with the old free Sambuca?
That was one of the best games I'd been involved in. I didn't even get on the pitch. I had half a bottle of sambuca on my birthday. I was hammered. It was mint. What a day! What an absolute day! Um, I've had some bad showers, unfortunately. Sleaford, I know it's not our league, but that's always a cold shower down there.
So
Anywhere
you
which,
class two, still
pardon,
Midlands. It's
still
not
it
two's league,
is,
it's still Midlands.
it is still Midlands, not the league we were dwelling on. But anywhere where you just walk in and you just know they've not bothered sweeping up. Do you know where it's actually always quite good? And I think it's because of the heated flooring, but Southall's always quite good for a
Honestly,
shower.
I've never played there.
If you're not,
No,
their things aren't great. Their change rooms aren't massive, but the showers are warm and underfloor heating is amazing when you've come off
cold pitch, but that would be
a
nice.
cold pitch. It's lovely. And
Oh, you know what? Also, and I like to put out those Newark's facilities are good.
yes, the shed. I bet you what, if it's a Friday night game or even a Saturday afternoon game, and you've got a big game and the shed is full, that whole setup is just mint.
Yeah, I like it. I do like it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the new clubhouse is very good.
Oh, it's class. It's nice. It's big. It's fresh, and it still feels, but they've managed to. It still feels like a rugby club, which is good,
Yes, yeah.
if you know
So
what I mean. Because
we edging towards Newark as the winner. Then.
I don't want to, but I think I might have to.
Yeah, I think overall they probably have it. Although
Yeah.
I can't help but remember playing in the final last year and then running out of beer.
That's bad planning, which is down to the facilities manager, I imagine.
Well, to be fair, I'll probably blame that on the NLD.
Yeah, probably blame on the LG. We could do. I'm just trying to think where else. I don't think there's much up there that could rival. I mean, talk about clubhouses. Long Eaton's is a nice
It is
clubhouse.
now, yeah, it is nice
Is
for us
now it's
now.
been done up. It's nice. The facilities. It's got the nice outside bar. Pre-match music. Not many places do
That was
pre-match
good.
music. That was
Yeah, that
good.
was good.
Bridgeford has
But the
started doing
showers
pre-match
really
as
do
well.
kick it in the teeth.
They do, and it's a real shame because I'd love to
And
give them an award.
the pitch has been in trouble this year as well. Granted,
It has
so is
been.
Newark's.
So
Newark's had
I
their full
mean,
foot in the water.
Newick's was a swimming pool for half the season. So I'm not sure how the facilities have kept up, but no, that's I think it's gonna have to go to Newick, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I do think that's fair.
Right. Number three, best after-match entertainment.
I think it's us, and that's not being biased.
Got to
I
agree.
don't think we've had post match entertainment. We had a bit of Long Eaton.
But not many of the lads stayed,
No,
unfortunately. They had prior arrangements with others. So not many of their lot stayed. So it was a bit difficult. But again, it was a good vibe after the game. But we
yeah.
are not the only people to mention us.
Oh, good.
Gareth Kerr, Bridgeford head coach, said he hates to let us know, but the wheel takes some beating.
Oh, that is true.
I've told him I'm going to screenshot it and frame that message from him. I'm going to frame that. I'm going to put it up in Pabs, and then when he next comes up, I'll absolutely present it to him. After he wins a Paviour's wristband on the wheel, that can be his special bonus
I
prize.
think we do post match pretty well. I think that starts from the Bob Ratcliffe era, doesn't it? It's
Yeah, yeah,
there's some
definitely.
effort that goes in.
Had a message about Nottingham Moderns. Moderns always has quite a good vibe. They're always
Oh,
quite
okay.
quick to bring out drinking games and fancy dress. So if as it they're often in fancy dress down there. I don't know if they actually own anything but fancy dress or their rugby kit down there because every time I see them on Instagram, there's a different fancy dress. But it does seem like they're always having a laugh. And
Oh,
to be
that's good.
fair, when you've been rolling around in goose shit, which is what they have to do for 80 minutes every Saturday, then you've got to have a laugh somewhere, don't you? Because it's certainly not when you're doing that. But they got promoted this year, so congratulations to the Moderns.
Oh, fantastic.
Gone up to counties one or whatever it must be. And they're also, I mean, we're going on to it, but they also do quite often put on a good after-match food as well.
Again,
Um,
never played at Moderns.
oh mate, it's always without fail. They go to the local chippy and they buy sausage and chips portions, but they always buy 20 more than they need. So you always get two sausages if you want. It's mint.
Mate.
It's mint. But we'll come on to food. So who are we? I think we're allowed to take the crown on after match entertainment because we put the effort in.
There's an effort, and I think we've established ourselves as the
Even
club to do it.
even after, even before the wheel, we had opened the box with Bob
Okay.
Senior. So where's the best match post match entertainment you've had? Because I've always wondered, is it just your grassroots? I know there's man of matches, handshakes, maybe have a Green King IPA and get it down your throat, but is it quite the same?
I Not really, not really.
No.
There's definitely been times when there has been that after matches, but no, not particularly. It's kind of like you just wait to get on the bus a lot of the time.
Yeah, I can imagine. And then you have to kind of make your own entertainment. Well, I guess the bus is an after-match entertainment somewhat. Was
It
we
depends on the result, normally.
yeah, it depends on the result. And also I'm not sure I want to imagine some of the stories from your Knots days on the bus with some of the lads you played with. It's probably not the most
There was some interesting times. There was some good Doncaster bus trips back as well.
yeah, I can
Um,
imagine.
when we got promoted, I wasn't playing because I done my shoulder, but we beat Blackheath to get promoted, and I was social sec, so I was in charge of filling the bus full of beer, and we had a bus that basically had a kitchen at the back,
Amazing. Why don't
and
we
I
have a kitchen
filled
on our buses?
I filled this kitchen with beer. It was unreal. So much beer. So we got from Blackheath to Doncaster, and we were in Doncaster by 10. But everything had been drunk, and I spent £400, or nearly £400 on alcohol.
Amazing. That is incredible. And this is not me sounding patronising because you are older than me. You're not that much older than me, but crates were a lot cheaper back then as well on
Yeah,
beer.
and I ran some absolute deals with the corner shop around the corner from Blackheath as well.
Oh, did you really? It wasn't a supermarket job. It was an offie. It was Wakey
Yeah, poor
Wines.
bloke. Like it was basically like an old converted house
Yeah,
turned into a shop, and he had a cellar,
yeah.
and the cellar was 2 stories down because I built into the side of a hill.
So he had to keep going down.
And I was like, "Have you got any more of those?" He goes, "Yeah, I've got like 5 more downstairs." I was like, "Yeah, I'll have all of them." And he obviously didn't want me going down into his cellar, probably because he's got like dead bodies in there or whatever. But yeah, he had to go up and down. He was only a small bloke. He had to go up and down 5 times.
Bless him. We should say allegedly he had dead bodies down there.
Oh
Not
yeah,
not
I said
confirmed.
probably. Is
Oh,
that not
probably. Is that the same? Maybe. Maybe.
Your Honour?
Your Honour. Your Honour. That's. I mean, a bus is always great fun. We've had some good bus trips in our time at Pavs. It is. You do feel for the bus driver when they've had to wait probably an hour longer than they've been told to because people are showering and getting drinks in. And then Big Stevie bobbles down to the front, or an excitable Dougie and goes, there's like Sainsbury's local around the corner. No coach parking, but can you pull up there for 15 minutes while we go?
If you park yourself on the side of an A road, but
Yeah, yeah. Single lane. Yeah, the ambulance is coming, but they can wait. It's not important. It's all good. Love it. So, category number four, after we took the crown for entertainment, is post-match food. Now, I'm not going to go straight into what I think was the post-match food because we agree on that. But we've spoken about Newark. And Newark often do a good post-match dinner. I don't know what it was this year. If
well,
you can,
this isn't really my one, is it? Because I don't eat.
you don't eat. Oh, and I'm a bloke that eats, so I understand what you're saying here. It's down to me to decide on the
Well,
food.
no, I can't eat after a game. I just can't. So I never have any food after any game.
No, I've had we have had some good ones I've experienced this year. I think Wolverhampton, I feel like it was like a pork cob, something along the
Can't
lines
be
of
pork
that.
roll.
But their bar was incredible.
Yeah,
Their
I see. I drove to Wolverhampton.
yeah, but they had Cornish Rattler on tap
I mean,
in
that is
Wolver. That
class.
is like that's a premium cider in there, and for me, Wolverhampton are our premium club.
Well,
The
sadly, there won't be in our league next year. But
no, so on a break week. I will be driving to Wolverhampton for a pint of Rattler. It's not like the pub down the road does it for me. Um, no, they were good, but I think everyone that's been to Lichfield can say Lichfield a full carvery, mate.
That it didn't look good.
And it
I
wasn't
couldn't,
just like a school dinner's roast dinner where
oh,
it
it
was
was
all
proper
like
jobbing, wasn't it?
pre-cut. It was a proper job. But then that cafe is a 7 day a week cafe, I think, or at least a 6 day a week. So practice chef. But for those who, I don't know what it was like for other clubs, obviously. But roast beef, roasties, Yorkshire puddings. I think there was a mash available as well as the roast potatoes, which is something I'd never known when I grew up in Kent that people have more than one potato on a roast dinner. But
Oh, you've not been to an Eggleston Christmas, mate?
I've not, weirdly, never been invited.
No,
Actually, I think that's probably a lie. I think your brother might have
you
invited me
probably
at
did
least
get invited away.
once. Yeah, I think I've definitely been invited. Gravy, roasted veg, the lot,
It
and
did look very
then
good.
bloody apple crumble for pudding. I mean,
Yes, now that's a
that
game
is
changer. You don't often get the pudding option.
you don't get puddings. So earlier this season, I went to Sleaford with the second team. It was bonfire night and they hosted bonfire night. But I had a lukewarm sausage roll, a packet of salt and vinegar crisps, and a breakaway. Now, breakaway of my biscuit rating is up there. It is not a post rugby match meal. So,
No, it's a lunchbox item, isn't it?
yeah. So, going from that to then the next notable food in my life after a rugby game, and I do apologise to our kitchen, it sounds like they're not great, but to a full roast dinner, I mean,
I
the
mean,
gulf is incredible, mate.
yeah. I think we Pabs have done it different this year. It's been like a help yourself job, isn't it? Which should work quite well, I think.
Well, I
Most
like
matches.
that. And on
Yeah.
Saturday, the kitchen made us all sausage cobs and brought them downstairs to the changing rooms because they were very aware that the lads wanted to shoot off and participate in activities elsewhere, which they were very happy about after 22, well, 40 odd long weekends of hosting us. But the do it yourself is class. So,
Can I just point out that it's still just 22 for them as well?
no, because they still have to do home games, twos games as well, and horns games.
Oh, that's true.
It's not all about you, mate.
It's the Horn. No, but it'll still be 22 because there's still only 11 home games for you and 11 home games for the ones. But there is Horn games. I'll give you the Horns games.
Horns games, and I'll also throw uh, academy games in and Sundays. They do a lot. They've done a
They
lot.
do as well. They do.
They've done a lot. So much that our barman days had to move away. He's been so scarred.
Yeah,
Um,
Stat Valley's on Bridlington.
Up to Brid, lucky Brid. So I've touched on it. Best bar. Now you have driven to a lot this year, but best bar.
You like Wolverhampton, don't you? Because obviously
Love
there you're on.
It's Rattler, yeah. I mean, you could put on Rattler in any pub. It could be an absolute shithole. It could be a flat roofed, two teeth Tony served behind the bar. But if Rattler's on, it's my favourite place.
Uh, uh, I,
Two,
I'm I like a bar that's easily accessible.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's my go-to.
Newark's always a good bar.
Yeah, I knew it was good for that. I
Yeah,
think Lichfield wasn't bad for that. Tamworth was just weird. It was just a weird place. Not bad, just different, very different
Tamworth's
world.
weird. Sutton Coldfield was
Um,
weird, actually, because they had that huge upstairs space where you had to go and get your dinner and a massive bar, but then it wasn't open. It was just a small bar downstairs, which
yeah,
was open
see,
because we all set up.
again,
Again, you
I just
didn't
didn't set up
stay.
after that
Yeah,
game.
had a tantrum, one of the two. But
Well, you lot deserved it, but yeah, that wasn't great. I knew it was a good bar, as in
yeah,
accessibility, but I don't know whether that's what we're looking for.
I like no the beer selection for me. Do you
Yeah,
know when I know it's a good bar? I know he's not often able to travel, but in the ones, but in the twos when we go away, and Richard Hatton, our resident ale
oh,
expert,
gets all excited.
if he gets excited, you go, they've thought about the beer in here, which is always
Yeah,
good to know.
that's true. Well,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you to give it to Wolverhampton.
Well, they've not had much going for them this year. They've had
Second win of the season.
second win of the season. They've said we've told them they've had good showers, and we like Cornish. I like Cornish Rattler. I'm sure you do. Do you like Cornish Rattler?
No,
No. I think there's only maybe me and your brother that have the obsession with Cornish Rattler. Then
yeah, I think it is.
that's only because we wish we were Cornish. So I think that was I would run through them, but I've not taken note. But I know Litchfield with their changing rooms, us with our um, after match, Litchfield again with their food. I mean, Litchfield have cleared up yet again for
Yeah,
they've done so
facilities were given Newark,
facility. I know,
Bar was
painfully.
given Wolverhampton. So I think
Yeah,
that's fair. I think that's a fair
yeah.
recollection.
I think it is. And just before I ask you for final thoughts, this is something that me and Gareth briefly spoke about earlier today. To anyone listening who's involved in any rugby clubs, please don't get rid of the man of the match stuff because so many clubs have stopped doing post match man of the match. It doesn't even have to be the traditional down a pint. I know we're not allowed to encourage drinking anymore, but just at least get people front and centre again. So there is that time for everyone to enjoy the game, which should happen regardless of the result. But that's my old man back in my day.
That's very well said, Tom. I've got to admit, you're not normally one for the linguist, but that was
This has
quite good.
taken me 3.5 seasons. It's gonna say this is what happens when you don't drink Lambrini and record a podcast. You come up with some clever stuff.
Brilliant. Good change.
Phil, before we sign off, any wise words?
Um, yeah, don't get a cup competition sponsored by a pizza company and then put it right at the end of a season when
Mate,
everyone's knackered and not asked.
it's the only thing keeping us props going is the discounted vouchers for Papa John's. We do get them, don't we? I think someone was telling me it was like a 20 or 30% off code.
The only Papa John's I know is the one in Beeston.
Nah, there's one in Radford as well.
Oh, is there?
I
I
mean,
don't spend much time there.
even further from you than the one in Beeston, to be fair. I guess there isn't one in Loudon, is there?
Uh,
It's
no,
Father Jonathan's in Loudon.
no, we've got a van that turns up on a Wednesday.
The same way that does ice cream van in summer. Just wood fire pizza. It's always wood fire as well in places like Loudon,
Oh,
isn't
we've
it?
got the old roll mate round the corner. They've got a pizza oven.
Lovely stuff. What a dream. What a dream. Right, in that case, I'll speak to you later, Phil.
Bye.
Bye.